Nick, what are the emerging themes that we're seeing in the superannuation industry at the moment?
Yeah, so I guess what we're seeing unfold in Australia, there's probably four key sort of buckets or topics that are top of mind for superannuation funds at the moment. So the first one, I guess I'd classify as the move towards retirement solutions for super funds. Obviously, it's a relatively new industry. We've got an ageing population, so there's a lot more focus on superannuation funds providing retirement solutions as part of their offering. So whether it's service providers, consultants, everyone's very closely working with superannuation funds to make sure that we're optimising retirement solutions that can be provided in the market. The next topic I guess I'd cover would be the member engagement, member experience piece, which is somewhat linked to the third topic, which is the regulators' focus on minimum standards for service providers. And there's been quite a bit of, coverage in the Australian press recently around member servicing, and so there's an opportunity there for service providers like us as emerging providers in the market to really step in and provide a high level of service. So that member engagement, member experience, we've probably seen over the last 10 to 15 years a real focus from predominantly the regulator, and then that flows through to the funds on fees versus that sort of dynamics changing a little bit now, such that there is very much a focus on servicing the member and servicing them well, and obviously with that comes member engagement and member experience. And then I guess the fourth bucket, which is somewhat related again, is the unbundling of both tech and administration services provided to superannuation funds in servicing their members. So some of the leading outsource providers in the market previously have provided very much a monolithic style approach where you really need to go to them for the A to Z of the operational alphabet, and likewise with technology, whether it's the digital stack or the core sort of registry platform and other peripheral technology that surrounds that with respect to servicing the members. So there's sort of the four key themes that we see emerging in Australia when it relates to superannuation.
What excites you about the opportunity in the Australian superannuation industry?
Yeah, I think we have a unique opportunity to be able to come to the market as an emerging provider. We started off providing superannuation member administration services through an acquisition that we made in 2022. So that was through the MMC Group in New Zealand, and as part of that, they had a subsidiary in Brisbane with about 50 people, which was the old IFAA business in Brisbane. I think what we're seeing is that there are legacy providers in the market that are providing the service in a certain way, and what we can bring to the market is definitely that optionality and flexibility. That's our intention and clear ambition. I guess following on from that, we think that due to the legacy arrangements that are in place currently within superannuation, there is significant opportunity to be able to come in and differentiate our proposition to the market. So I mentioned just now, obviously, the acquisition that was made in 2022. The next sort of key step for us was securing Future Group as a key client, which we onboarded and implemented over the course of 23 and 24. It's about a 12-month period where we sort of digested three very complex funds. So thereafter, our next step was partnering with Navigi. So they lifted out our technology team in August and are very much experts in data and technology specifically for the superannuation industry. So I think what we've seen unfold over the years is that there have been global administration providers, global technology providers that have attempted to come to the Australian market and provide the member administration service to superannuation funds. But they may not quite have the right coverage across the three components, which we see as at a very high level being administration, technology and superannuation expertise. So between us and Navigi, we definitely have those covered, and we are going about sort of building specifically more and more superannuation expertise within our senior management team in the superannuation business.
Can you tell us more about the Iris Super acquisition, Nick? How's that going?
Yeah, I guess with the Acurity platform, extremely functionally rich, we'll be making some significant investment into the platform to ensure that it's modernised. We have better sort of readily available access to data, and alongside also some more investment to ensure that the performance of the system is able to handle 5 million plus members on the platform per fund, which I guess really clearly leads to what is our ambition within superannuation. We think that we can become the number one provider in the market over the next 4 to 5 years, such is the opportunity in front of us. There's 3 core components of the business. That's the product technology part of the business, the consulting part of the business, where we are arranging a back-to-back, or we've agreed to terms, I should say, a back-to-back agreement with Navigi to take on that part of the business, and administration. So there are some significant clients there within the Iris administration, Iris superannuation administration business. And so that part of the business probably hasn't had the love under Iris ownership, but certainly us as significant or one of the leading providers of financial services globally when it comes to administration services, that's obviously going to be a real focus for us. So our model very clearly will be to provide optionality to clients, again, ensuring that they can focus their spend on the components of the end-to-end operational workflow where they feel that they can add the most value, and that comes back with a similar sort of approach for technology. So we see superannuation funds wanting to invest in their own app. We have our own app, but they may wish to sort of have more control of that sort of experience. And so really providing that optionality, flexibility is a key sort of tenet to our proposition to the market.